I want to shout out to Terrell P22 for sponsoring this video. He's actually sponsored 3 of them. And if you want me to do a reaction to anything, just send a minimum of $5 to my Cash App and put your email in there. And make sure you email me, tiffanymdraper@gmail.com, or text my business line after you send the money with the link of the video that you want me to react to. Also, shout out to Construction Experts because he just hit me up with a donation as well right before I did this video. Woo child, let me get started because this right here is a mess. She already got a thumbs down because she started the video with some hood rat music that I don't want to put in my video. All right, let's get it.
Guys, that I was really going to try to expose my real self on here. So we family. I have got to keep it real with y'all. So I know this video is going to ruffle a lot of feathers because this man that I'm about to speak about has amassed a huge following. And people take his advice for some reason, men and women on relationships and things of that nature. So I just got to keep it real with y'all.
She said people take his advice for some reason. As if she don't realize that it's good advice. Okay.
And I just even found out about him a little while ago. But I saw like a lot of men like on Facebook post him, even a lot of women post him. Some saying they agree, some saying they don't. But anyway, let's just get into it. But I know a lot of men gonna be mad at me, so let me take a little sip of wine first.
All these goddamn winos, they already childish by nature, not naughty by nature. Childish by nature with these little immature mindsets. But they want to exacerbate the situation. They going to think, she said masturbate. No. They want to exacerbate the situation and make it worse. Use your context clues. They want to make it worse by drinking. And look at all this. They play all the time. Nothing is serious. Nothing is funny about the problem we have in our community. Do you not understand, lady?
All right. All right, well, let's get into it. All right, so this video, make sure I look in the right camera, is about Kevin Samuels. Okay?
Like she got more than one camera. Get the freak out of here, that bull crap. And you know you on the Obama phone, and you don't even have... No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You don't have a front and back camera. I don't think Obama phones come with that.
Saw his viral video of the woman that said that she was a high-value woman.
And you definitely don't have 2 front cameras.
Making, over 100K or whatever. And
I know you got 2 lace fronts sitting over there that cost as much as your rent if you got it, because we know you probably on welfare. But let me hush.
Rate her, and he ain't pull no punches, very rude to her. And, it was really shocking to me.
Why do y'all not know how to speak? And if you took it upon yourself to make a video, don't you think you would have had your thoughts together? And he was very rude. And what? Let's not even mention the fact that they were rude to him first. Let's just say he was rude.
And then I saw a lot of men, sharing his things, saying that he's correct about single mothers and things of that nature. And, them being low value and basically used up and worthless.
Didn't say that. Did not say that at all.
And, high value men basically have a choice of whatever they want. And
they do.
They should never choose low value or, worthless women, basically. I mean, that's the gist of it if we want to get into it. Now, I'm going to preface this video by saying that I am married to a black man. I had my kids when I was married. So,
this is what I'm talking about. The exception. 1 in 4 black women get married. These are statistics. These are facts. Because you had your kids when you were married doesn't mean that the majority don't. So why are you making a video as if what he's saying is wrong when it's true just because you're the exception and you're willing to risk the entire community not getting better because you want to shut this man up when he's trying to make us better just because you're the exception. I don't trust you. Because all skin folks ain't kin folks. And clearly you are not for black women if you don't want us to do better. Because you're mad at the way the message is delivered.
Just get that out the way.
Are you mad at the way your weave is delivered? If it still got horse manure on it?
But I still feel...
Nope. You would still throw it in a washing machine with some gain. Right. A lot of y'all gaining weight. That's why you're mad. You probably don't even have a washing machine at your house. You strike me as somebody that go to the laundromat.
Deeply troubled by the things that he says, because I truly feel like he's a...
Maybe you can start a blog called Married at the Laundromat. Or all you mad whores can start a little community called The Exception, since y'all want to act like, that's not me.
...to the black community, because he is causing a rift between black men and black women that does not need to be.
You're stupid. Because that's not what he's doing. He's actually doing the exact opposite. That's why 8 couples have gotten married since he started. 8. What has Think Like a Man done? He's building the black community, but he's not doing it in the way that you think he should be doing it, even though he's getting positive results. Okay.
Cost, like, basically, that's what I'm saying. So, but I'm not even going to approach this from, like, an emotional standpoint.
That's all you've been doing for the last 3 minutes. Because your feelings are hurt. Even though this doesn't even apply to you, why would you even be mad? You should be encouraged. Since you're so happy, you should be encouraging women to get like you and to be married. 2 black people that's married, let you tell it. Then what? Why are you mad? Do you want to be the only one married? Do you want freaking no other woman to be married and you can be the only one of your friends sporting around a wedding ring or something like that, making them feel bad or something?
I don't like him and this and that. And we're just gonna speak facts, okay? First of all, Kevin Samuels is 52 years old. This man breaks most things down as far as your worth as a human being based on your age. Basically,
that's not a fact, ma'am. That's an opinion.
If you are 25 and up, but at the very least 30 and up, you are shaky. You're considered, I don't know, these aren't, you're not the pick of the litter. And then if you're 40, then you're just basically, that's a done deal. You might as well go to the old folks home. You might as well start rubbing Bengay on your body.
No, you might as well stop trying to get a high value man. Are you slow? He's not saying you have to be alone. He's saying you just don't qualify for a high value man. What are you not getting about that? Get you a blue collar worker. Oops. Y'all don't want that.
And soaking in Epsom sauce every day because you're washed up.
I didn't know Epsom had sauce. I thought you meant salt. Because you're really salty with this video.
Especially for the ladies. This is really for the ladies. Like, if you're that age, you're washed up. You are 25 and you have a kid.
Why don't you go to the laundromat and wash something?
And you weren't married, you're washed up. If you're 30 and you have 2 kids, you're washed up. If you're 40 and then come on, you're done. All right? If you are not on Beyonce, Rihanna level of beauty, considering, I guess that's the standards that he uses, you are not high value, or you're not pretty rich. I think what he said, a terminology he used.
If you were smart, you'd know that he even rates Kelly Rowland over Beyonce.
So I guess you're rich in beauty, which is also a currency in itself. So if you're not hitting on that in 8, 9, 10, that's not what it is for you either. Now, he mentions consistently high value men, making over 100K, 100K and over, even more than that, depending on where you live. Let's get this in perspective, okay? 9% of Americans make over $100,000 a year. 9%.
But how many of them are black, ma'am? Why are you trying to act like you proved a point?
Even less for
your average is best.
Black men who he's speaking to. So the black men that I see sharing the post oftentimes are not, I know they're not making over $100,000 a year.
So why do you think they're there, dum-dum? so they can learn. He's an image consultant. He helps men that are trying to be high value or that are already high value, ma'am. He helps them try to avoid women such as yourself.
But you think you're high value because of what? Because by his own rules, you're not high value and you yourself don't have the pick of the litter. So
men are not emotional like us, sweetie. They're not over there saying, oh, I know I'm not high value right now, so let me make 1,000,000 videos about what I don't like. See, there's two groups of people that don't like Kevin. It's the men that are on high value and are mad about it, and women like you who know that they're not the pick of the high value man. But most men that are not high value, they recognize that and they're taking steps to change. The black women that hear him don't want to take steps to change. They just want to be offended.
You should be settling for anyone. You know what I mean?
Nope, didn't say that. Just said you shouldn't be trying to think that you are qualified to get a high value man. I am going to continue to correct you.
Then I was thinking,
looking like a low budget motherfucking chili from TLC.
I have a notebook, so I'm trying to make sure that I stay on topic.
Or like TL can't see, because if you can't see that Kevin Samuels is actually good for the black community, then you're dumb.
Question is, why would you take relationship advice from someone that cannot maintain a relationship or marriage?
Just like I can see somebody that's been to jail multiple times, and I can learn from them by not repeating the same bad behavior. You can learn from somebody who's done bad, just like you can learn from somebody who's done good. And why would you automatically assume, like most women do, that the divorce was his fault or that he did something wrong? For all you know, the woman could be cheating. The woman could be toxic, or like you, for instance, who can't comprehend basic things. Yeah, that part. Like that part in the middle of your head, that's how we always know that it's glued in. Yeah, that part.
Let this person tell you what to look for in a partner.
That part that you trying to hide with that headband.
What to look for in a marriage. Things that you should stay away from. Qualities that are important, that are not important. But this man has been married twice and he's been divorced. He's not currently married. He's not in a stable, steady relationship.
That you know of, or maybe he just doesn't put his business all online. How about that? Also, it's not a secret. He openly admits that he's divorced. So what are you exposing, ma'am? The fact that you can't grow your own hair, that's the only thing you're exposing in this video.
Why would you take advice from him? That's like me going to a phone.
Why would I take advice from you, Miss 612 subscribers? You can't even be monetized yet. Why should I take you seriously? You see how stupid that is to judge based on what you're saying by the amount of subscribers you have? You could be on here preaching and teaching and just people haven't discovered you yet. But I'm going to limit my ability to learn from you because I'm going to judge you by the amount of subscribers you have. Just like you're judging Kevin Samuels as if what he's saying is wrong just because he's divorced.
Never playing football, not being very knowledgeable on
I'll give you a perfect example. You're married, but you're giving horrible advice. He's not married, but yet he's giving great advice. Could you imagine that?
Topic, and then telling them what they need to do to win the Super Bowl. They're gonna be looking at me like, excuse me? You don't what? So that's
just like a bunch of failed actors often teach acting workshops and acting classes. Are you going to say they're not qualified because they never became famous, but they did the studying and they had little jobs here and there? So they study. So, they're not qualified to teach it because they never made it. Get the up out of here.
Sorry. I also noticed that he sometimes interjects his own perspective and what's happened to him, which leads him to say what he's saying about a situation.
That's kind of how it works, seeing that we're ourselves and we can only go from our perspective for the most part, unless other people tell them what happens to them. Or you expect him to give you Austin Powers' perspective, Beyonce's perspective, huh? And you do the same thing based on what happened to you. You started the video off by saying you were married and you had your kids when you were married and yada, 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 yada. Were you not supposed to throw in your perspective with the quote-unquote facts? Huh? Huh? Oh, I forgot. No accountability. You can do what you want to do.
That I mean, he was talking to a young lady about her having kids. She had a daughter. He said, you are 34, you have one daughter. Who's going to want to deal with that? Who's going to want to deal with your daughter? She's not going to be able to be disciplined by me. She's going to be unruly. All of these type of things he said. Then he goes on to say that he had stepkids that didn't respect him, that he put money into, and, he had a very bad experience with it. My thing is that why are you taking advice from a man who has already issues that he has even said on his own videos with a relationship with stepchildren? So, of course, anything that he has to say is going to be biased and colored because of his negative.
Don't none in that room like you, because that room is hollow. Everything in that room left when you started talking. I know for a fact you shouldn't be giving advice if you ain't got no furniture. Ain't nothing in that motherfucking room but the thing you sitting on.
Experience. So, it's
like an echo.
If I got bit by a dog and then I have a deep-seated fear of dogs from that point on, and you want me to give lessons to people about why they should have dogs, I'm going to say, no, son, don't do it. Because I remember when I got bit. And it was a terrible experience and da-da-da-da-da. So it's like, I'm confused. Why, once again, advice is being taken from someone that hasn't done anything successfully. Like, you don't take
the simple fact that you know about him proves that he's successful.
From people that are they're not successful in situations. Like, rich people or people that want to be rich, they look at people like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos.
I'm going to kill your logic right there. Did you just say that the men who watch him shouldn't be watching him because they're not high value men? Well, shouldn't broke people not watch those people that you just listed because they're broke? If we go by your logic, ma'am. Huh? You just said that because you want men to be in their feelings too. And that's just not how they operate like us.
Or shoot, Jay-Z, you know what I mean? And see what they can take from their experiences as far as using some principles that they have spoken on.
Because regardless of what you feel about his prior relationships, he's still a high value man. Therefore, those men are in the right place to look up to somebody that's high value, ma'am.
To using that success to make money or whatever because they're rich. Why would I listen to relationship advice from a man that don't have one? Y'all can listen to me.
You don't know what that man has. Are you simple? Most people are like that, though. If it's not in front of them, they don't think it exists. That's why I tell people all the time, stop thinking that your life is everything that it is. There's a whole world out there. And just because you're not experiencing something doesn't mean it doesn't exist, ma'am. Just because you don't see somebody that he may or may not be dating, he could even be engaged for all you know. He could have a whole fiance and be engaged. But you don't know that. So since you don't see that, then you want to claim that that person, that woman doesn't exist.
Been married for over a decade, happily. Like, let me say something. But I would never even do any of those type of things like that, like he's doing, because I'm not the type of person. But anyways, so let's talk about that. Now,
I don't trust a grown person that says anyways by adding the S. It should be anyway.
Think about his age and perspective.
Just like you got on camera looking any kind of way, looking like you got some long sleeve pajamas on. That's what it looks like.
that he's 52 years old, right?
Stepping straight out of Cartoon Network with a net worth of $5. Speaking of $5, if you have a video that you want me to react to, or an article, or a website, or whatever, at my Cash App at tiffanymdraper, send me a minimum of $5, then text or email me. All those links will be in the description. And make sure you send that link that you want me to go in on. You dig?
Constantly talking about, I remember I watched another video because I tried to do research on this man because I was flabbergasted.
And your arms are probably flabby. Why didn't you do research on how bad the black community is, particularly the black woman, while you were trying to be so bothered and offended by his videos? You didn't bother to do research on the opposing viewpoint to be fair. You only wanted to do research on stuff that supports your viewpoint, but you don't even have to do research to see how jacked up most black females are. Just walk outside or log on to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok.
By his videos, like, I was like, really? Really? You called in and had this man rape you?
Flabbergasted by his videos, but not flabbergasted by the behavior of the average black woman, who, by the way, looked average.
And berate you and tell you how inadequate you are and how unworthy of love you are.
No,
and how
you mean tell them the truth?
Don't find
He doesn't tell people that they're inadequate or unworthy of love. He tries to have them better themselves so they can get just that, ma'am.
anybody because you are unattractive, or you're not as attractive, or you don't have all the things that he thinks that you should.
Are you mad because it sounds like you freaking smoke a pack a day? Are you mad because you don't have confidence enough in your own hair? Or are you too lazy to style it so you got to wear that on your head, another woman's DNA on your head? Since you want to research so much, do you know that a lot of times that Asian women overseas are kidnapped and their hairs are shaved because it's a $1 billion industry, that they put their children through college and have generational wealth because of the insecurities of black women? Selling them weaves. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. This is harassment, right? Oh no. I'm sorry. It's truth.
To attract who you want or who you think you deserve, and you don't deserve it if you don't fit in that box, bruh.
Again, men have said several times they do not like women that say bruh and bruh and all that other stuff. Once again, masculine energy.
Bruh. Okay, so anyway, so he's 52. He constantly mentions to the girls that they want to date up.
You'll take notes on what this man is saying that's truthful, but what won't take notes to finish school, won't take notes on how you can better yourself, won't keep a food journal, won't keep a health journal, won't do none of that, won't sign your kids' paperwork because you're too busy twerking or smoking, won't go to no PTA meeting, won't do none of that, won't start or write out a business plan, won't do none of that, but you'll take notes on a black man on YouTube named Kevin Samuels that's trying to better the black community. Okay, all that effort, if you channeled all that energy into doing your own hair, you may be unstoppable.
15 years. I noticed that you're saying 10 to 15 years because you hold by default. Somehow you can put yourself in the category of being a dateable individual. My thing is that
my thing. You keep saying that. It's not your thing. You're an exception, ma'am. My thing is, okay, but what are the facts? We don't care what your thing is.
I'm never going to let somebody that is old or older than me, because I don't want to use the term old because old is a state of mind. You know what I mean?
That's a prime example. Old is not a state of mind. It's an age. Just because why do we do this as women? We want to twist it to fit our narrative, or we don't want to say what it really is. No, age is a number. That's why if you are trying to touch little booties, kitty titties, you go to jail because they label you a pedophile or a hebephile or a hebophile, however you want to pronounce it, because that number matters. It's not a state of mind. Oh, she 12, but she thinks she 21. Like, if that's the case, it'd be a lot of people in trouble when they say, girl, she 10 going on 30. Well, she thinks she 30. I can hit that. Y'all see what I'm saying? Women.
You know, he's old. He's way older than I am. And I feel like...
I feel. Okay?
Like, you...
Can we please get some Novocaine for all these people that feel? Can we please get some neuropathy for all these people that I feel, so they can't feel no more? Please, feel no more. That's what we gonna call it. I feel. Anti-I feel. That's what we gonna call it, bruh.
Are age shaming people.
Oh my God. Just like the body shaming. 400 pounds, but we gotta say I'm thick and that you healthy and you can be big too, like the C-Rock Smooth dude. You can be big and healthy. Don't listen to them. Bring shame back and people will stop doing all this weird stuff.
Everyone in this world is gonna get old. Period. Point blank.
Nope, because you just said age is a state of mind. So, you just said you didn't want to say old, but then you turn around and say everybody's going to be old. Which one is it? Which one is it?
You get older, you're dead. That's it. The bottom line. Everyone is aging here. But you want to degrade these women for aging while you sit there and you're old yourself.
Everybody knows that men age like fine wine. Men, in my opinion, that's why I'm not going to say, this is a fact. Men get sexier as they age. We as women, from childbirth and all other mess, in my opinion, we tend to, that's why they have the peak, the prime, and they say hit the wall for women. I don't think I've ever heard them say that for men. Men age gracefully, but that's just my opinion. That's why a lot of leading ladies in Hollywood stop getting good roles after about 35, 40. But then you have people like Denzel, still in starring roles, still sexy, still this, still that. Will Smith, and the list can go on.
What? Why would you also allow a man that is, I'm being generous here, a solid 3?
What? Emotional. And the devil is a lie. Because once again, you're not paying attention. Apparently, you're not paying for a good, healthy weave. Ain't no such thing as a good, healthy weave. It's just motherfucking... That's like a wig from like a carnival or something. That's a Carnival Cruise wig. Ugh. Please give Ronald McDonald his wig back, his black wig. But no, you're coming from an emotional standpoint because we don't be rating men like that. It's more about their wealth and what they have when we think about what kind of job he got, girl, what he do for a living. But men judge and rate women. What you look like, man? You see what I'm saying? And if you had watched that, you would have understood that. Or probably not, because you need to be in the remedial Kevin Samuels Zoom lives, because you're not getting it. Men can judge us because they're more visual.
But if I was to take off points for personality, it'd be lower than that. But we're just going to look on...
Seriously. And a lie detector determined that was a lie.
Outer appearance at this point. Why would you allow somebody that's a solid 3 to rate you? That's like...
And they're looking like a black Disney princess reject.
Let's say you're just, a little...
Princess from the projects.
or whatever, right? And you go and you meet some of the people from my 600-pound life, and they're telling you how fat you are.
Will you stop giving these weird examples that don't even really fit the situation, please? Like you probably really don't fit them jeans that you try to wear.
What? I'm going to be like, excuse me? What, son? Like you weigh a ton, dog, and you telling me I weigh 150 or 160 or 180 and I'm fat, though? Like, come on. Come on, son.
Why would I take advice from somebody that can trip on their own hair that's not their own hair? Why would I take advice from somebody that got a receipt for their hair, bruh?
I mean, really, does anybody think about it like that? Then you want to think.
Why would I take advice from somebody that made a headband out of foil paper?
Like I said earlier, if you can't maintain a marriage, you can't maintain one. You can't keep it. And you did it.
You can't even maintain your own real hair, so why would I take advice from you?
And you couldn't keep it. You ain't got no woman, steady woman. I don't care if you say you being a player or not. At the end of the
Who
day,
want to have a steady woman if it's going to be loud and cantankerous and a headache like this? Who wants them? Keep them in rotation. Just like that thing at Walmart when you put your groceries in and they keep turning around so you can bag more groceries. Keep them in rotation and keep bagging them if they going to act like this.
that stuff, especially being that old, gets old.
That old. That old. 52 ain't old.
And you want somebody to just, that you know cares about
He's
you.
not even old enough to retire, ma'am.
You don't have
Close to what, 20 years before he could retire? A little over. Like, get the freak out of here.
none of that.
And stop age shaming. Like you want to talk about body shaming. You just said that he's age shaming, but yet you keep trying to call him old on the sly. But then being contradictory by saying everybody gotta get old, but you old, you older than me. You 52, you 52. Like, get the freak out of here and make sense, please.
But, you know, I guess you being a player, smashing girls that are 20 that are probably sugar babies.
And you don't even know how old he would listen. He's already said that them old ones are smashable but not marryable. The ones that come with all that baggage. So he could be smashing 40 and 30 and 35. So for all you know. So why the freak are you assuming again that he only with the young ones?
That if you do have some cash, if you didn't have it, they wouldn't be present. So do you really want
Why are you making assumptions? Why?
someone like that? That's only there because of what you can provide? So
what? Most women only want men for what they can provide. That's just how it is. Because men are supposed to be providers. So why are you making it sound like that's a bad thing unless they're a gold digger?
yeah, like I said, why? Why would you listen? Then, let me talk about something else here. I wanted to know why women would
Talk about something else like you didn't say something.
call in to a show to a man that rattles off so many things. What's your age? What's your dress size? What do you weigh? Do you work out?
And guess what? Half of them lie about those basic questions like you would do if you called them, but you don't have the balls to. But I bet you wear them pants in their relationship. If you can't answer those simple questions, something wrong.
Do you have kids?
Well, what else is he supposed to ask if he's image consultant and giving relationship advice? Should he ask how much they made on their last taxes? How much was their light bill last month? What type of oatmeal do you like? Do you like the flavor? Do you like it lumpy? Do you like sugar in it with butter? Of course he's supposed to ask relevant questions.
Submit. This, boom, 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 boom. All judgmental questioning.
Please stop snapping unless you're going to snap out of it.
All judgmental questions coming from a place of the woman.
It's not judgmental. How is asking somebody's age judgmental? It's not like he said, come on, bruh. You can't be this stupid.
Strictly there to, it's all about.
And you somebody's mother? Because you said you had kids after you got. You are somebody's mother and this stupid.
The men and what they are looking for. You as a woman, you don't have anything to be looking for other than a baller. And I feel like it's also negative for the.
This is how I know it's more about attacking a black man. Because she's married and had her kids after marriage, let her tell it, and did everything right? But she's still bothered and trying to attack a black man, even though he's not even talking about her type and her kind, since she's the exception. But she still want to be mad at what he's saying.
Because
and we can't say, oh, she's just her sister's keeper. If she was her sister's keeper, then she would have them listen to him because he's trying to better us as women.
You are telling these women to go dig, bro. Like, what? Why would you want to tell?
Seriously? So you would support him if he told a woman to go out there and get a Pookie and Ray Ray? Go get somebody that don't have nothing? Huh?
Women to be gold diggers. Like, I mean, that's not good either. Like, Okay, so we fit
Why
on
would
that.
you slap your thigh? Because I heard all that cellulite jiggle. Slap a cellulite.
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. In my life, I was raised extremely religious, extremely Christian, very sheltered, and I didn't really. I saw my parents experience racism. And I have experienced a few racial things, but really when I got older, like I remember my first huge racial event. I'm getting to a point. My first
Yeah,
huge
because I was finna speed you up.
racial event was when I was 18. I was racially profiled in JCPenney, and they told me that. Actually, I went to JCPenney, and I was 18 years old. I had just got.
You know what? With your attitude, you gonna see a dude named JC with a girl named Penny. Yeah, Becky with the good hair. Because all this here,
Hey, I went to JCPenney. I had got some shopping. I took a whole bunch of clothes in the dressing room, tried them on. My mother always told me that when you go in stores like that, you put the clothes back on the rack because you don't want to act like they just have to pick up after you, because there are people that have jobs and you don't want to make their job harder. So I go in, I try all this stuff.
You don't mind making a black man's life hard. I don't want to hear all this bull crap. I don't want to hear it.
I went OFF. I told him, like, you see a young black girl in here, you my mother always taught me, like, you don't just have to go off on people. When you do go off on people about something and you're right in it, you make sure you get their information. You make sure you call their supervisors, because that's the way you really get something shaken or something that happened. So that's what I did. They got suspended and stuff like that.
Shaking like that cellulite on your thighs, and you went all the way out to get somebody suspended.
A woman or a single mother.
Just because you didn't like what they said.
Then they turn around and project that onto everyone. And then they're the loudest because they're the ones that are alone and bitter and unhappy. The black men that are with black women that are not having any problems, or black men that are with single mothers that, and then, she had a kid or kids and he got with her and everything is G, they're not screaming it to the rooftops because they're happy. Like I said,
contradiction. You say you're happy, yet you're screaming it to the rooftops, to the point to where it was the first thing you said in your video, because you wanted people to know you were happy. So if the shoe doesn't fit and he's not talking about you, why are you so big mad?
In another video, and this is really true, happy hoes ain't hating, and hating hoes ain't happy. Boom.
You love women so much, but yet you're condoning them being called hoes, to the point to where you would think that that's a good quote as a married mother. Okay.
All right, so you're making all these things about how much all of these women and black women are this, black women are that. Oh, she's ugly. Oh, she's this. It's just like, come on. This is a really negative effect on black people.
Speaking of negative, I'm rating you as a -1, so you know, and I'm being generous, because you look like Kermit the Frog in this motherfucking video.
It really is, and it's
a chocolate Kermit the Frog.
Really scary because the social media age enables people to put their negativity and their hate and their bad feelings and spew it out virtually to you.
Just like they allow you to upload. So because you don't agree with that and you want to call it negativity, even though it's the truth, that's not sugar-coated, you want to try to silence them.
And if you feel somewhat of the way, boom, you're infected with that energy. And then, boom, you pass.
Just make sure that you're not infected with AIDS or an STD or something. Boom.
And you pass it on. It's like falling with Denzel Washington. Seriously. That's what it is. And I feel like he must be stopped. We don't even know how many...
Seriously. Not all the bad things that we see in the black community. But Kevin Samuels must be stopped. Not all the weave wearers. Not all the weed smokers. Not all the people that's not raising their kid. No, Kevin Samuels must be stopped. The one who wants us to do better. Not the people that are actually doing bad to the point to where he has to speak out against it. If Don't Shoot the Messenger was a person.
this man really makes. Like, I looked up his net worth. They said it's like an estimated net worth. Nobody even knows that this man making $100,000
Pocket watching.
a year. You understand what I'm saying? You over here sitting here judging people.
Not the hundreds of people that sometimes get killed in a weekend in Chicago. That's not a problem. Kevin Samuels is a problem.
Making everything about looks. Like, everything is...
Not 1 in 4 black women only get married. Nope, that's not a problem. Not all the babies in our community born out of wedlock. All the babies being aborted in our community. Nope, not a problem. Kevin Samuels is a problem.
Down to looks and age and money. And that is not
all the gang violence in Chicago. Nope, that's not a problem. Not all the people that the welfare queens is draining the system because they don't want to do better. Nope, that's not a problem. Not all the black women that are motherfucking making life miserable for men, keeping them on child support and not forgiving the dead and back child support and all that for the rest of their life. Nope, that's not a problem. Kevin Samuels is a problem.
Because you can find a woman that meets every criteria on that checklist.
Not the health problems and everybody dying of diabetes or borderline diabetes or high blood pressure, the silent killer, and our bad eating habits. Nope, that's not a problem. Kevin Samuels is a problem.
Oh, she's young. Oh, she's fine. Oh, she don't have no kids. Oh, she makes $100,000, or she's willing to submit to a man who makes $100,000. And boom, she ain't no good. She don't get along with
you. This is FYI, you should submit to a man because he's a man, not because of the amount of money he makes. Because see, what you overbearing, bossy women don't understand it. It's not about a man's freaking salary. Because see, when y'all women make more than y'all men, y'all know that's a way to control them, number one. But you don't respect them because you equate respect with, he can't be no dusty. He got to make more than now because he's the man. And that's on period. That's why you respect.
She likes to go out and party and you don't. Or you like to go out and party and she don't. Or you want to play on the video game and relax sometimes and she wants your attention all the time. And if she don't get it, she's out there getting attention from other dudes because she's so bad.
She's exhausting. I was going to try to do all 3 videos, Terrell, but I'm going to have to finish the other 2 tomorrow. She's just exhausting.
And fine. My thing is, if unattractive women or women that are, because since he said he doesn't do 7s or 6s and belows are so inadequate, why do I see so many women that fit that description married and happy?
Oh, probably because they're married to blue collar men, which is the majority.
All these girls that are so beautiful that spend all the money to get the BBLs and the lipo.
They are not all doing that. Stop making it seem like healthy, fit women are all cheating, getting BBLs and all that.
Hair down to their butt and they working out in the gym. Don't have a husband.
Seriously? Is she really just trying to make it seem like the ones that are doing it all right, being fit and all that? Oh, they don't have a husband. Not all of them are married. That's about as delusional as you thinking he's talking about all black women. Or when y'all think I'm talking about all black women. It's still delusional on any, opposite end of the spectrum. And you seem like you on the spectrum, or off the spectrum, whatever they call it. And they ain't talking about Spectrum Wireless or Spectrum Internet.
Or stay getting cheated on. What?
You high and low function at the same time.
Holler at me. Let me know. Because me that are just looking for looks.
Why don't you stop hollering at us and turn your voice down?
Jake spots. I don't really feel like them is the dudes you want anyway. You want somebody to say, well, I'm just, she could be cute or whatever, but I really want a girl I can vibe with that.
You want to change men. You want them to not focus on the physical, even though they're geared and wired to like the physical, be attracted, be visual. You rather change how a man's nature is than to change your weight and to change your attitude.
In common with, like we can chill and watch movies together, or we can, go out to the gun range, or we can go to the nature doing hiking if that's what you're into. Or I like to go to sports games. I like to shoot hoops. I want a girl that's active. Anything. Like, come on, man. This is just crazy. And I really feel like it's also negative because so many people are affected by the things they see on social media and in TV. Which
Oh, so Love and Hip Hop ain't a problem. Real Housewives of Atlanta ain't a problem. Nicki, Cardi, Meg ain't a problem. The Migos ain't a problem. Now, none of that is a problem. But you want to say Kevin is a problem because they are seeing him in what he says.
so now you can look at YouTube on your TV. I do. So it's like you're sitting at home, right?
I hope you look at this roast on your TV and turn it up. I hope it have surround sound, you clown.
You said you want a partner. There's nothing wrong with wanting a partner, right?
Swing your partner, doozy do.
What should you do? You look at yourself. You say, I'm not high value. I'm 35.
Yeah, you be honest with yourself. You look in the mirror and you say, I am not a spring chicken anymore. I have to get what I'm qualified for. That's what you do.
I have 2 children. And I'm a baby mama. He said that basically, hang it up, flat screen.
Nope, he didn't. He said, hang it up trying to get a high value man.
So, what should I do? Commit my life to loneliness? Get me a rope and hang myself? Go in my closet and get out the gun box and blow my brains
Okay,
out?
it's the second time she mentioned the gun. It's talking about going to the gun range. Man, dealing with these females, you'll end up in jail or in hell. That's Tommy Sotomayor said.
What should I do? You should never to listen to someone that speaks in absolutes. Or speaks in such cut and dry terms. Because that is not
Dry like your scalp.
life, man. That is not life, brother. And if you watch this, it's not life, brother. And you can call me a 3, a 4, a 2, a 6.
I told you you were a -1 because you were negative. And you look like Kermit the Frog.
I don't care what you say.
But you're built like Miss Piggy.
Bro, your line of thinking is erroneous and it's crazy.
Yeah, because black women shouldn't have children before they get married is crazy. Black women should wear their own hair. It's crazy. Black women should be submissive and cooperative. That's crazy. Yeah, black women should be fit and feminine. That's crazy. Kevin Samuels is talking crazy.
And it comes
How dare him want to see black relationships actually work?
from a place of bitterness and sadness.
If I look at bitter and I had compared the two and pick one, I would say you're the bitter one.
Anger at your failure to keep a relationship and a marriage together. And maybe you blame the women. Maybe you hate them. But deep down inside, I believe you hate all women. It's most specifically black women you despise. Because you mentioned the black women leaving you. You said...
That's what you look like. Cicely Tyson. Cicely was actually cute. You a ugly low budget Cicely Tyson and a ugly low budget TLC Chili. That's who you are.
In one of the videos that black women left you when you were nice. And
You got an old face talking about trying to call Kevin Samuels old, but your face old.
now that you're a player, you haven't had those problems. So I feel like you are angry. But just because you're angry, you shouldn't take out that anger and frustration on every woman that calls into your show.
He doesn't. He only does it to the women who can't answer simple questions or giggling or laughing and making a mockery of his platform.
And you definitely should not, because I judge women on appearance, because I noticed the way you talk to women that I know you view as attractive and women that you don't view as attractive are totally different ways.
Nope.
And honestly, a man
I've seen him go off on plenty of drop-dead gorgeous women.
that treats a woman kind only because she's pretty is not a good man.
No. Look how hard he went on a 40-year-old brat. And she's gorgeous. Stop the bull crap. Stop it. I've seen him go off on a bunch of pretty women and bid them a good night.
Period, point blank. So at some point, maybe you need to internally look at yourself, dog, and wonder why you can't cut it. And
you can't cut that weave out your hair either.
You out here infecting everybody else with this negative spirit you have. It's a bad energy. I don't want to make this video that long.
Yeah, almost 30 minutes in. Long as a motherfucking TV sitcom. I don't want to make it that long. You're mad because black men are watching Kevin Samuels and adapting and not accepting foolishness from us women. And if you had a son, you know darn well you would be agreeing with Kevin Samuels. So anyway, it's your girl Tiffany M. Draper. I'm just, girl, you need to get it together. You are too old. You are too old for this foolishness.